Welcome, welcome. My name is Keith Hampton, and I am a very happy customer of an incredible organization called Bitcoin Trend and Forecast, or BitcoinTAF.com. If you're interested in getting involved in the investing in the cryptocurrency space, knowing when to buy, when to sell, when to ladder in, when to ladder out, and when to get educated and trained in this field, I highly recommend this place for you. If I could just share my screen here a moment, I will show you the website, and it is just a phenomenal place to go. If you're looking for If you're looking for honesty and integrity, then this is the place for you. This website, BitcoinTAF.com, you can log in or sign up for free and check out on all the amazing things that they have to offer here, whether it's long-term analysis on what's going to happen with Bitcoin or the altcoins. Uh, Marius Landman has a unique way of utilizing algorithms to be able to gather the data and predict the future. And it's uncannily accurate on a macro scale. I have never seen anything so accurate in all my life. And that's the key, because if you were getting involved in this industry, you want to know where we're at and where we're going. For example, on this chart I have in front of you here, this is a Bitcoin chart on 7-day candles or weekly candles. And we've had quite a run in Bitcoin. But ironically, this was all predicted by Marius over 2 years ago. We knew exactly what was happening in these spaces on a macro level. And here's the million-dollar question. What's going to happen here? Are we going to continue, moving up into this channel? Or are we going to finally, have a big rest and just kind of go sideways? Or are we going to have a correction and a big downtime? This is the difficulty. If you're investing in cryptocurrency, how do you know when to get in and when to get out? And that's the secret with BitcoinTAF.com. When you get involved, you are having incredible reports. In fact, on Bitcoin alone, we have the long-term trend reports for Bitcoin. And not only do you get in-depth analysis and PDF reports, but you get weekly Zoom calls with Marius outlining what's happening, where we're at, where we're going, so we can strategize what to do in that market, as well as he also focuses on the altcoins as well. And one of the areas that I really enjoy is the Elliott wave chart patterns, where I get the same kind of analysis in what's happening in the major altcoins like Ethereum, Cardano, XRP, Link, all these major coins that are going to change, the future. Hedera, Hashgraph, these are just a few that we chart and follow. And the beautiful thing is that we're sitting on a real precipice here. We've had a major market correction, and now there's a lot of fear in the marketplace. And guess what? That's often when the best time to get into the market, when you're into this type of scenario. So there's something here for everybody. We also have a lot of training and education with this group as well. The team that has been put together are people that are not about themselves. They're about helping others. That's really what the bottom line is. These people, be successful traders all on their own. They don't have to put any effort in, but they decide to make a difference in the world and wanting to help others. So there's a lot of good education and training here that you could take advantage of. And I might add, very economically. For example, we have the HODLOT's self-paced foundational course, or even a live course that you can take, which really teaches you how to use TradingView, how to set up with the different exchanges, and how to read some basic indicators so you know the market timing and what's happening and when laddering in and laddering out of these different markets. But once you've gone through that, there is other courses to keep you going, keep you advanced, because ultimately we want you to be super educated where you will have a PhD or a master's degree in investing and trading in the cryptocurrency space. And with that, I highly recommend this ultimate day trading course. Folks, it is unbelievable. It is the best training and education in trading that I've ever come across. And sadly, I have paid for other courses in the past, probably paid 3 to 4 times what this is offered as and got maybe 50% of the training. This is the best. When you are done this course, you can become your own analyst. You can trade any market in the world, whether it's cryptocurrency or the stock market, commodities market, Forex. The education is that well in depth that you'll be able to handle anything that comes at you. And then along with that, the cryptocurrency industry is getting more decentralized. And you may have maybe heard of decentralized finance. Well, that's where we start getting into the ultimate decentralized finance course, where you're learning to not trade on major exchanges, but trading on decentralized exchanges, utilizing different tools and different patterns. This is probably the best out there on leading edge technology in the decentralized finance space. There's something here for everybody. If you just want to have good guidance with your portfolios, we have Inner Circle and trade partners that you can sign up to for private one-on-one management of your portfolios. If you know, there's so much here that you'll just be amazed. One of the new tools that we have is called the HODL Fire. And this indicator is a wonderful indicator if you've just done some basic trading and you want to get in with a little more and have a tool where you can find the frequencies, what's happening in the marketplace, so you can know when to get in and when to get out if you want to do short-term trading. I'll give you an example of how this HODL Fire tool works. I have it on a coin here called Tau Bit Sensor, and we're dealing with 1-hour candles. So this is more short-term trading. And the whole idea behind this is that we want to know what the oscillation is on this coin. When are we getting tops? When are we getting bottoms? So we know when to get in and when to get out. Now, this tool is fairly accurate, but it's not 100% accurate. So you always have to manage your risk. And how I utilize this is I'm looking for a couple of indicators before I would step into a trade. One, I'm looking for a bottom pivot, like you see in this black mark right here. But it could be a false bottom, like we have right here. These are temporary tops and bottoms. They haven't been confirmed yet. So I'm looking for more, what's the word? Confluence to know before I get in. And what I'm looking for here is a buy tag after we get a bottom pivot. So back here, we got the buy tag. So at this point, this is when I would enter a trade and start my investment. Now, I still don't trust the market 100%, so I always want to protect my capital. So in that case, what I would do is set a stop loss on my trade just slightly below that bottom temporary pivot. And in this case, what I'm really risking is only a small percentage of my investment. In this case, it's about 3%. So if I had $100 on this trade, I'm risking basically $3. Now, as this time goes on, each hour goes by and the market starts to go up, then I want to protect my capital. So then I would move up my stop loss to break even. And now I have a risk-free trade going on. So if this were to suddenly turn and come back down, I don't lose anything. This is a risk-free trade. And if you'll notice here, we're going along and all of a sudden it did dip down. It came very, very close here to take me out of the trade. Fortunately, it didn't in this case, so I was able to stay in. But as that market really starts to ramp up, then I get a little more aggressive and I move my stop loss up into a stop profit. Now I've locked in some profit, but ultimately what I'm waiting for is a pivot top. At that point in time, that's when I would exit the trade. And I would exit, you never get out at a perfect top, so I'm just going to estimate how to get out about there. And in this situation, I would have locked in a lovely little 13% profit, and I only risked 3%. And that's what I utilize this tool for. Now, this is just one of the many custom indicators that this company has developed, but you can see how relatively simple that is to utilize. Now, since then, we've had some major corrections. And so we now are right down here, back at the bottom, waiting for another buy tag. In that point, that's when I would probably enter the trade. But at this stage of the game, there's nothing here. So the indicator also has alerts. So I could set alerts on this trade and say, let's just grab here, go to my tool and let's set an alert. So I don't have to be looking at the screen all the time. I can say, hey, let me know when we get a buy tag coming in. And I would set that and create that. Now, if that buy tag were to come in after this bottom pivot, I'll get a notification on my phone or on my computer, and I can go in and reassess the market and take a look. Is this a good entry point? And the key here is I also like to use other tools to help me get more confidence on a trade. And that's where I utilize the training that I had from Bitcoin Trend and Forecast, from the Ultimate Trade course and the Basic Foundational course. Because with that, I can look at the market with much more in depth. So here I'm looking at a coin where I can see some resistance zones. I see some moving averages and bull lines. I'm seeing some oscillations happening. And all of this, once I'm trained, I know how to look at this. And ironically, if I could have done a short trade here, I would have entered about here on this little green dot, and I probably would have exited on this red dot. Probably would have not made much on that trade, but there's a reason. We're in a downwards channel. We have lots of resistance happening here, so we really need to be more patient with this coin. That's why this line is here. I'm looking for it to break out and retest this zone, so I know it's much more favorable to trade this back up. And that's without even utilizing the hodl fire. So there is so many ways you can trade this market. The key is education and training. And that's what I keep wanting more people to understand is if you want to be successful in anything in life, you need to be educated and trained. And this company is got the best educators and trainers in the world in this space. And all of them work with you on a weekly basis so that you're never left out in the cold. Every course, every follow the trading masters, all of these different tools are weekly Zoom calls that we have where you can ask questions and overcome problems and guide you through things. And it's just so much to offer. So with that, I'd like to thank you for coming on board to see me today, and hopefully we'll see you signed up and on the other side where I can work with you some more. Have a great day. All the best. Take care.